Open the camera button in the toolbar. What camera button? There is a lot of things, isn't there? How the hell are you meant to find? That's what I was doing. Shift X.
The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now. Right now, we are in the external view mode. Let's switch to cockpit view next. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now. Alright, as we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside.
Yay! We aced it! Aced it!
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 172, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections. For coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder.
Oh, Q and E to do
Great.
that. That makes sense.
Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power, pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle. Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator. You will find it on your PFD screen in the top left corner. This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left on your PFD screen. It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right on your PFD screen. Not all aircraft have integrated screens with all this information. A lot of them rely on analog instruments. You can find the analog versions of the airspeed indicator and the altimeter just above the throttle. They are respectively on the left and right. The analog altimeter has 3 hands similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long, thin one counts 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
altitude training. Oh.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level? This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
I touched that once.
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb. Excellent. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Now, let's level back out. Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable. All right. That's good. That's okay. Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up. Great. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Okay, bring us back to level flight. Now your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable. Nice. That's good. That's okay. That was excellent. Being able to maintain a precise and stable attitude is key to performing all types of maneuvers.
Yo, yes. Next training, here we go. I don't think this is loading.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank. That's good. Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now, let's see you level back out. That's okay. Remember to maintain altitude while leveling off. For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. You can see a series of notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop. Nice. Level us back out now. That's good.
Getting the hang of this.
Remember to maintain altitude while leveling off. Small corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
Shboom. This is all about the throttle. Right, okay.
Let's talk about the throttle. If you have a need for speed, then the throttle's for you. Full control over the power output of the engine. In the Cessna 172, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on the tachometer on the PFD. Pull back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800. Pull back on the throttle. You want to reduce RPM to 1800. Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing. Excellent. Okay, let's throttle back up to 2,400 RPM. Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well. Nice. That was excellent. With piston planes like this Cessna, it's common to have power targets defined in RPM.
That was the easiest one yet. Once I discovered where the RPM was.
flying a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. If your speed is in the yellow section of the airspeed indicator, it means you are overspeeding. Reduce throttle to idle and pull gently on the yoke to slow down. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's good. Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. Keep your control action nice and smooth. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively.
Okay, sort of west, almost at 5'8". That says at 6,000 and almost at south. South, just above
Nice.
6,000.
Alright, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
Here's my airspeed. I'm assuming that's the green bar on the left.
Go ahead and reduce your speed.
Airspeed 89 at the moment. Let's pull it up a bit. Let's get up to. If we get up to 6,000, it'll slow us right down. Yep, now we're at 72. That was too slow.
You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Alright, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
Five, 92. Need to maintain that altitude. Knots.
That's good. Your speed was well managed, but your altitude needs to be more accurate. You did well, but you can do better.
I'll take it. That's quite difficult, that one.
going to go over all the steps that precede turning on your engine. Those steps are essential to ensure your aircraft's integrity and that everything is in order for a smooth and seamless flight. First of all, stretch your legs a bit and take a look at your aircraft and your surroundings. We never took much time to look at our aircraft from the outside, so take your time if you want to inspect it. You might have noticed some extra bits on your aircraft. These are the covers and chocks. Covers are installed when the plane is not in use and are meant to avoid damaging its sensitive parts. Chocks are there to immobilize the aircraft. You'll need to remove them before takeoff.
Remove the pitot tube cover. What the hell's a pitot? Oh.
And we're done for the outside. Now that we're sure your aircraft is functional and ready to taxi, let's check the inside. Let's get to the matter at hand. You've been given an EFB, also referred to as an electronic flight bag. It's a tablet that stores critical flight information and is the ideal tool to prepare your flight plans and enhance your piloting experience. Open it and take a look. Feel free to follow a quick guided tour of its features.
Oh, exciting stuff.
The YEFI features an interactive map, a flight plan editor, aircraft and current flight information, a nav log as well as fuel and payload options. The YEFI has plenty to offer, but if you want to get directly into the action, you can turn it off after you finish the quick tour. It seems like we're all clear on the checklist. Now start this pretty bird up. Now that we've covered all the preparations, let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
Yes, please.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. Go easy on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing. Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. Watch your speed. Alright, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed. Watch your speed. Watch your speed. After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point, in prep for takeoff. That was good taxiing. The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
It's just nerve-wracking, this one. There's an old saying I like. A mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First,
We always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway. And to the left, to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first two number of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees. For example, a runway orientated towards the north would be numbered 36, which is 360 degrees on a compass. Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position. Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21. Not bad.
Oh, wait right there, don't I?
Alright, let's do this. Apply full power, and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Yeah. Wish me luck, here we go.
Use your rudder to stay on the center line, and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots.
Okay, 40, here we go. 45, 50, 55, there we
Now
go.
gently pull back on the yoke. And we're airborne.
Oh, look at that view.
Line up the top of your instrument panel, so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. Maintain 75 knots, and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to remove the left yaw our plane has when climbing. You can see your current yaw input by looking at the MFD slip skid indicator.
Almost there, almost there.
Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. Good job.
Yes. That's work, such a cool game, honestly. I can't wait to get into bigger stuff. I've not even passed this. But I cannot wait. This is such a good game.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast. Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does.
Let's get to 65, 67, 66, 65, there we go.
We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Stall.
Oh, as hell. What was that, eh? Let's try again. I genuinely feel like they told me too late.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast. Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does. We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line.
I can come into a stop until I've come on the centre lane. So I can get that bonus. There we go. Stay on the centre line,
Well
stop,
done.
get a bonus.
But there's room for improvement. Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
That was not easy. Okay, what's next? That was solid, that one. Okay, aiming. It says throttle management. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know what controls to get.
In the first part of this landing exercise, I want you to stay on the glide path by using the throttle. You can make small corrections with the yoke to stay aligned with the runway. Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make soft corrections. You don't want to overcompensate. Now you can use the elevator to land.
Oh, no.
Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
Whoa, flipperoonies. It's taking me almost an hour to get through this training, that's crazy. So it must be 12:30.
In the first part of this landing exercise, I want you to stay on the glide path by using the throttle. You can make small corrections with the yoke to stay aligned with the runway. Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make soft corrections. You don't want to overcompensate. Now you can use the elevator to land.
How's it not turning?
Reduce throttle to idle.
Stall.
Now, focus on the end of the runway.
This is so hard.
In the first part of this landing exercise, I want you to stay on the glide path by using the throttle. You can make small corrections with the yoke to stay aligned with the runway. Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make soft corrections. You don't want to overcompensate. Now you can use the elevator to land. Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
All over the place, man. See if I can get back to the centre line and I can save this mission. Ah, no.
well, but you can do better.
I know. Final approach, flare, rear wheels, touchdown. I mean, I've been doing the landing. Obviously not good enough though, eh? Let's go.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 20 degrees of flaps. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
Looks like we're on track with it. I swear then we're going too slow. Should be further along at this point, but
500.
Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line.
right, revs are down, get on the centre line, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, keep pushing it.
You
Whoops.
did well, but you can do better. Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing. Okay, we're currently flying on the downwind leg at the standard traffic pattern altitude of 6,000 feet. It's a flight path parallel to the landing runway, but in the opposite direction. In downwind, you want to start preparing for landing. That means setting your speed and flaps configuration. We are passing the end of the runway, so go ahead and reduce RPM to 1700. It will help you to slow you down to 80 knots and begin your descent. The flaps provide extra lift at the expense of additional drag. This extra lift allows flying at a lower airspeed. Flaps allow for smoother and shorter landings. Go ahead and extend 10 degrees of flaps, all while maintaining current speed. We will turn to the base leg when the end of the runway is at a 45-degree angle behind us. Turn left onto the base leg. Downwind, you want to start preparing for landing. That means setting your speed and flaps configuration. We are passing the end of the runway, so go ahead and reduce RPM to 1700. It will help you to slow you down to 80 knots and begin your descent. The flaps provide extra lift at the expense of additional drag. This extra lift allows flying at a lower airspeed. Flaps allow for smoother and shorter landings. Go ahead and extend 10 degrees of flaps, all while maintaining current speed. We will turn to the base leg when the end of the runway is at a 45-degree angle behind us. Turn left onto the base leg. Try to keep our speed around 75 knots. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. Turn left onto final. Make your left turn onto final. Make your left turn onto final. Make your left turn onto final.
500.
Make your left turn onto final. Keep a stabilized approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing.
How do you get your wings back up?
Keep a stabilized approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing. Use throttle and flaps as required to adjust the glide slope.
Don't
stay in the pattern for the sake of this exercise.
Solid, like, try
Keep
bloody
a
land these
stabilized
things,
approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing. Use throttle and flaps as required to adjust the glide slope.
Wish there was an easy way to work out your glide slope, eh?
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Why is he saying
don't
that, man?
sink. Don't
So
sink. Don't sink.
500.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
It's okay, I
Don't
should
sink.
land. Ah, shit. We're just off. Maybe we'll rescue it.
Apply the brakes and stop the plane.
If I can get back down on the runway, that is. Yeah, that's not bad there. That was fucking best landing yet. I'll take that. That's a decent landing.
That was all right. A little more practice will help your accuracy, though.
We were alive. That's a little better than before. I mean, it wasn't good, but we're alive. This is the last one, isn't it?
It's time. Your first solo flight. I'll be watching from the ground, in radio contact if you need me.
Looks like we
But
have to go
something
around the
tells me you
circle.
won't.
Someone tells me I will.
Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember everything we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck. See you on the other side.
I thank all. Let's go. Here we go. Clear for run, take off. Let's get this up to 55 knots. save this. I've pretty much mastered the game. Ah, fuck. That was stressful. Pretty much the right altitude to again. All over the place, man. Holy smokeroonies. Come on, get this plane under control. Need to get to 6,000 feet, but not too fast like I've been doing. That was stressful. That was close. Very close to 6,000 feet. There we go. Okay, we're coming up the runway. Oh, I should forget this. We need to start slowing this down. I'm going way too fast. Or the year, damn it.
500.
Aye. They ain't gonna be good. Able to get it hopefully. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Lift up. Brake. Oh no! Wrecked it at the end. Oh, that's gutting. Oh, I wanted to do that in the 1 hour. I wonder if Argos have photos I can go and pick up tomorrow.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
What are you on about don't sink?
Don't
We're not on the
sink.
sea.
500.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Coming in for
Don't
landing.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I mean, it's not that pretty. Get this engine down. Whoa! 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 Jesus, worst brake in the world. I swear I'm pushing the brake. Oh, I worked it good. I'm right in the centre line. Shipping! Yeah! We got it.
I think a bit more practice may be a good idea.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
You're
I
on
don't
your
think
way
I'd
to
jump in and
becoming
play
one
Navy.
hell of a pilot.
Right, can I pass this exam? That's the next question. Oh, so just gotta keep doing this. Already done that. He thinks I'm ready. Oh, it's fine, we can retire it for free. Take off, initial climb, left, down, basically just exactly what we've done.
It's time. Your first ever check ride. Start by removing the covers and chocks, then join me inside.
Okay, let's get this off. Remove this, remove this. Remove this, look down. Remove this. Shift and C to get in. Control and E. Start up the aircraft.
Your goal is to complete a left-hand traffic pattern, respecting the flight path and all required speeds. Rely on what you have learned in your trainings, and you'll be fine. Now, show me the best traffic pattern that you've got.
Both.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Tango Delta, Oscar Charlie taking off runway. 25, left close traffic.
Here we go. this one's. Oh, I think that's River Forth over there. Whoops, fucked up already. Oops, fucked up already. Get in there. Ah! Come on. That's very easy to hit this mod. It must be far too fast, RPMs way too high. I'm not going to fuel at that rate.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Tango Delta Oscar Charlie 2 miles southeast 1400. Ford inbound to land runway 25.
Ah! Oh no. Too fast, too fast. Ah! I'll try and get this under control.
Stall, 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 stall.
Oh shit. Ah! Get back over! Ah!
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf.
No chance.
Tango Delta Oscar Charlie is on final runway 25 to land.
Stall,
Oh,
stall.
come on, man. Have to go again.
Stall, 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 stall.
Landed perfect. Oh god. Oh, nightmare. Right, slow
Don't
down.
sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't
Let's try and get an indoor view.
don't sink,
Maybe
don't
that's better.
sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't
There we go,
sink,
we're in
don't
better
sink, don't
speed.
sink, don't 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 sink,
Okay,
don't
right,
sink,
let's get down a
don't
wee
sink,
bit.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
It's such a
don't
small
sink,
runway.
Don't sink.
Why did it
don't
choose
sink,
5?
Don't
Ah!
sink.
I mean, how can I stop this? Ah! Oh god, this is so difficult.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I guess I need
Don't
to
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
land it
Don't
and then
sink. Don't
get
sink.
to hold
Don't
short.
sink. Don't sink.
Right, so
Don't
speed up
sink.
now.
Don't sink. 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 don't sink, don't sink, don't sink,
Slow it down
don't
now.
sink,
Oh,
don't
not
sink,
that much, not that
don't
much,
sink,
not that much.
Stall.
Oh man.
don't sink, don't sink.
This is
don't
solid,
sink,
like.
Don't sink, 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 don't
Right,
sink,
where's
don't
RPMs?
sink,
It's
don't
very
sink,
high at the
don't
moment. Right,
sink,
let's go for it.
don't
This is a
sink,
better one.
don't sink, don't sink.
We're approaching. Let's land this fucker. Let's pull it up. Whoops. Too
Don't
much.
sink, don't sink.
Whoa. Damn it. Reminder to everyone out there, do not get in a plane if I'm flying it.
Don't sink, 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 don't
I'm gonna have to buy a plane so I can practice this game.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink,
No, I don't want to sink.
don't sink.
That's why I'm in a plane, not a boat.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink. Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink. Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Stall. 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 Stall.
It was nice saving that. This is so solid. How can I do all the other ones and not this one? I think it's because this runway is so small.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink. Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Stall.
Ah. I mean, it's 2 AM. Somehow it jumped from 1 AM to 2 AM today.
Don't sink.
How that makes sense, I don't know.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink. Don't sink, 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 don't sink. Don't sink.
Stall.
Terrible
Don't
flying
Don't
skills.
sink. Don't 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 sink.
Oh, so let me have that. Wow. I'm shocked it let me have that landing. That was not a landing. I wonder how much it is to take flight lessons. That would be so cool. Maybe I could learn on here first and then take flight lessons. Oh, we made it. That was a stressful exam. Few attempts, a million bad landings. But it looks like we're here.
You
Yeah.
passed your license, but that was close. A bit more training wouldn't hurt before your next flight.
I can only agree. I'm shocked that he passed me. Pass is a pass though. Single engine airplane in good weather conditions and perform takeoffs and landing from land. Private pilots cannot fly aircraft for commercial purposes. Okay. Cessna Skyhawk, JMB aircraft, that's cool. And the roving cadet.
Congratulations on passing your PPL exam. Hopefully that's the... Your PPL allows you to fly recreationally and begin to build up your flight hours. First flight missions are... Let's go back to headquarters and review the... As you can see, the career journey of a pilot can take many different paths. As I said earlier, your PPL is the first step, allowing you to fly recreationally and perform first flight missions, taking people on tours around the local area. As you build up your flight hours and earn more certifications, other specializations will become available. Take a look around, then when you're ready, head to the missions list to see what's available.
Skydiving, that would be sick. Whoa. Maybe level 3, but I can do that job.
this map, you can see all the missions currently available to you. There's one mission currently available.
Ooh, this is going to be bad landing smoothness. That ain't my strong point at the moment. All aboard!
Everything's ready, James. You can initiate boarding. Noted.
This is the moment to make some smiles happen. On board, you're taking one of our friends, Sarah, and her sister for a nice scenic ride over the region. You're good to go if everybody fasten their seatbelts. Let's go, Captain.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Juliet Alpha Oscar X-Ray is taxiing to runway 07.
Nice to meet you, Captain. I'm Sarah. Never had the chance to fly over Port Bray before, and I'm thrilled, so I'm counting on you to show me lots of cool stuff around my place.
Nice to meet you. I'm Emma. I'm hanging out with Sarah for this flight. Pretty exciting.
Wait, it didn't even tell me to get there.
This is quite a feeling.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Uh-oh.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Don't sink.
Stall.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Hey, it's shaking.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Let's restart this. That was a terrible start. Oh man, I've got to do all this bit again. Okay, we'll just skip this. Alt and to skip. And now doing the moonwalk.
This is the moment to make some smiles happen. On board, you're taking one of our friends, Sarah, and her sister for a nice scenic ride over the region. You're good to go if everybody fasten their seatbelts. Let's go, Captain.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Juliet Alpha Oscar X-Ray is taxiing to runway 07.
TOS system test. Okay.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Juliet Alpha Oscar X-Ray taking off runway 07 departure to the south.
I thought I'd be more nervous, but so far so good.
You should be
The
nervous.
guys at the field said you're a super pilot, so we're in your hands now.
You definitely should be nervous.
Wow, this is quite a feeling.
Let's try and keep this nice and smooth.
You don't really get that feeling of vertigo. James was right. I'm totally wow. I'm usually more articulate, but wow. Hey, it's shaking. Remember the big family party Grandpa organized? I think it was right here. Of course I remember.
It's a bit better lined up.
I know we're up really high, but it's totally fine.
This game's just too good to go away.
Now that you're airborne, how do you like it? So far, so great, right?
Our pilot is treating us right. This is an amazing experience.
I'm glad the flight's everything you hoped for. I'll give you some space to enjoy it.
Relax, Sarah. You're gripping the seat so hard you're going to break your hand. And this is the rooftop. Look at that. Everything down below looks so tiny. Still pretty bumpy. We're going too fast. I expected flying to be more like meditation. Captain, can you smooth out the ride? I feel like we were going too fast for me to take it all in.
Let's try that again.
Stall. Stall.
Shit.
Stall. 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 Stall.
I can't take it anymore. Enough with the bump.
Oops, daisies. I smell this game. But in theory, it should not be hard to do this. There's not really right fight, but it is very difficult.
Stall. Stall.
going too fast. I expected flying to be more like meditation.
I mean, if you want to stay in the air, you need to be fast.
I feel like we were going too fast for me to take it all in.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Juliet Alpha Oscar X-Ray, 4 miles, southeast 1400.
Hey,
Ford inbound to land runway 07.
Kinda quiet. You okay?
Just enjoying the moment. Flying over our own place is amazing.
Totally. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Stay calm and land the plane.
It's like the world is laid out in front of me.
Oh, we just had some crosswind there.
I see you're on your way back, guys. So Sarah, did you enjoy the ride? You ready to do it again?
I'm not quite sure right now. I need to recover first, I guess.
This is so solid. Pretty sure that's Loch Leven to the right. I'm not sure where that is on the left. Loch on the left. Decrease the engine speed as we approach the final descent. It's got nice. Let's do it in the first attempt.
500.
Oh shit. Oh, I misjudged it. Oh man.
I see you're on your way back, guys. So Sarah, did you enjoy the ride? You ready to do it again?
I'm not quite sure right now. I need to recover first, I guess.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
Echo Golf Papa, Juliet Traffic Cessna Golf. Juliet Alpha Oscar X-Ray is on final runway 07 to land.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
This landing was savage. Is that the right word?
Missed a chance to show these people a different side of their own region, huh? We can do better, I'm sure of it.
Hell yeah. Right, and on that note, I'm gonna get off, go to bed, because it's now almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I extended my max speed 5 times, crashed twice, and failed one radio communication. As expected, 0 on landing smoothness. Oh, pretty poor performance, but hell. First mission's done. Hopefully I have some money. Level 2, here we go.
Nice work completing your first mission. Continue building your flight hours by completing more missions, and you'll be ready.
What's the end goal, huh? So do that next. Multi-engine probably. Airline transport. That and that. I'm assuming it all saves. VR would be good, eh? What can you buy for this game? Oh, we should probably get that for free. Hey, let's wait for this. I hate